Well, good Friday morning. I got all my little stuff done that I needed to get done this week, so I'm gonna work on the Blind Tom cabin today. So let's pick out our next log. So what we have here right now, this is our B1, our first butt, and our B2, our second butt. Not to be confused with front butt. Now we got to lap over this with a T1 and then a T2. So our T1 shoulder height is 2 11/16. So we got 5.5 minus a ½ inch for the gap. So 5. So we want a 7 11/16 tip on this end. Didn't bring a pencil, that'll work. So down here, let's see what our B1 needs to have a 5-inch shoulder. So let's see, we got 5 inches there. So minus our ½ inch. So we want a 9.5 inch butt on this end. So that's what we need. We'll go to our pile and find the log we want. So these measurements are based on our average log size, and we do have some bigger ones that we would like to use on the bottom. So these are the numbers that it calls for, but I'll probably go a little bit bigger, at least a ½ inch bigger if I can, on these lower rows, and also on like the T1 B1 set of logs. You can go bigger on average than that because you're crossing your butt with another butt, which is always, you got room. If you're crossing your butt with a tip, you don't necessarily want to go bigger because your tip might end up being too small for your shoulder. So to figure my knot setting on a chink style, basically I just want to keep a ½ inch gap in between the logs. Obviously you're going to have high and low spots because of the curvature of the log. So I'm finding my narrowest gap, and usually if you go a quarter more than your narrowest gap, it works out pretty good to be in a ½ inch everywhere else. But sometimes you got to plane or cut some humps off or some knots, but ½ inch gap is what I'm looking for. And this particular one is 3 5/8 is going to be my notch. I'm only scribing the corners on these ones. I'm not scribing everything else. Alright, so we got our final scribe. The only thing I'm over scribing here is the top of this. Good 3/8. So as this log shrinks, I got room for that to settle down. So roll this over here and notch it right here and grind our end, and this one will be done.